Thank you. So what's something that you want for your own children, your grandchildren, or your children of choice?
Personal happiness.
Personal happiness. How many put down something like that? Yeah. Okay. Something else that somebody put down. Yes?
Feel loved.
To feel loved. How many put something else like that down? Okay, cool. What somebody, yes sir.
To feel safe.
To feel safe. How many put something down like that? Because I didn't feel safe for a long time. Until I lived with my grandma. Living in a car in a motel room is not a safe place. What's something else that somebody put down? Yes, ma'am.
To be treated fairly.
To be treated fairly. Yeah, that's very powerful. When you're a kid, to be treated fairly is wonderful. To be given an opportunity. Very powerful. I can tell you just a brief story about my own case. We took an advanced biology placement exam in 9th grade. I was the only kid in the honors program who came from the bad junior high school. That wouldn't be relevant here, would it? So on the public address system, they announced all the kids who got a 90th percentile on the advanced placement exam. And those are the kids who went to Harrison Junior High School. There was one boy in the school who got a 99 percentile on that advanced biology placement exam. Me. Came from bad junior high. So they didn't announce my name, so I thought, oh, they're going to do something really special. Maybe Mr. Hornblower, the principal's going to have an assembly, I'll announce it, or I'll get to say something over the public address system. You know, I'm so proud because I've checked out every book in the high school library about biology. I've gotten an adult card at the public library so I could get the real books. A week goes by. Nothing happens. So I go to see Mr. Brown, who's the biology teacher. Charlie Brown is his name. Okay, so I asked Mr. Brown, Mr. Brown, I got a 99 percentile on the biology placement exam, and is my name going to be announced or something? All those other kids? Got it. Mr. Brown looks right at me and he says, well, you came from Roosevelt Junior High School and there's no way you could have achieved that score, so you must have cheated. So I went home and put a hole in the wall of my bedroom in my grandma's house. That's about being treated fairly. Now think about what happens to a lot of our kids. Yeah, there are a lot of smart kids out there. They may not look like it, they may come dressed badly. They may smell of tobacco and alcohol because their mom and dad smell of tobacco and alcohol. But inside of that child is a huge potential. Now a lady said something to me when I sold my art by painting. Mrs. Butler was the assistant manager. Mrs. Butler was the assistant manager of the local bookstore. I liked books. So she comes over and admires my painting and my artwork and so on. She invites me to go for tea and cookies at the little tea shop in the department store. We do that. And then we're talking, and she asked me what I want to do. She does a sort of motivational interview with me about what I'm interested in. It's a lovely experience. And then she says, well, I know your mom and dad have been in trouble. Of course, like, who the hell didn't? And then she says, I want you to know that their problems are not you. Not you. No one had ever said that to me, because how did everybody define my problems? I was the son of Herb and Ruth Embry, the town drunks and domestic violence people. So treating fairly, seeing and recognizing possibility, nurturing it, and so on. By the way, I learned that Mrs. Butler later on, I didn't know this, she was the wife of the judge who sentenced my mom and dad. So we all have opportunities. Would anyone say anything about the value that they have. Oh, by the way, so all the things that you listed, if we went outside, we just went out in the neighborhood and we asked people randomly, what do you want for your kids, your grandkids, or your children of choice? How would what they would say be different than what we said in this room? Would it be different? Some people might be a little off, maybe not very competent about helping their child get to where they want to get, but they'd want their kids to be healthy. They'd want their kids to be safe. They'd want their kids to have love. Maybe want them to do well or find some success in life. It's universal. That's all of us as humans. So this is about our futures, everybody's future, all of our kids, because humans are very unique. Not a single one of us can survive very long outside without the benefit of other humans. And that means this next generation, because we're going to depend on them for Social Security, which I hope I will have. This year, I officially will qualify for Social Security at age 62. And I would like to have that sometime. Because I and you, we worked to help our parents and our grandparents. And they're working to help us. So their futures are our futures, everyone's. Now, would anyone want to share what you want for the kids that you work with here? Would anyone be willing to share that, the other thing on this front side? Anybody? Yeah, go ahead. Give me your name so I can learn them too.
Yeah, Jack Drake.
Yes, Jack.
I wrote down that they can recognize the innate abilities and unique capacities that each of them have, and that they realize how important their gifts and the gifts of others are to this world as a whole.
I can align with that. Somebody else? Yes, ma'am.
Hope.
Hope. Is that your name, or that's what you're wearing?
That's what I want for them.
Okay, hope. Okay.
And Debrana.
Yeah. Cool. That's a powerful word. Hope. Yes, ma'am.
I want them to be able to respect themselves.
To respect themselves. What would that mean in your thinking? How would you taste that or see
That
it?
they value their education, that they come to school and they are here and wanting to learn and ready to learn.
Cool. Anybody else? What would you want for your kids here? Yes, ma'am.
One thing I thought about over the years when I taught social studies was I really wanted to help the kids feel empathy for other people and other perspectives.
That's feeling empathy for other humans is one of the unique attributes of humans. And that gives us the power to collaborate and cooperate for great things that we couldn't ordinarily do. It's wonderful. Anybody else? Yes, sir. Oh, sorry. Yes, ma'am.
It's okay. To be able to make good choices in their lives.
To make good choices, yeah. And by the way, we're all going to mess up every now and then. So welcome to the planet. I got my own list of bad choices that I've made. But I suppose it tempers you in some ways. Anybody else want to say something you want for your kids here? Let me ask you this question. Do the students in your room that you see every day know what's on that piece of paper about you? Okay? Because children read us perfectly. So if we are not our vision, they cannot join us in getting there.